From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
Ed's Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Despite the fact that it would be nice to see some rain, we're actually enjoying some beautiful winter afternoons. We've got these cool mornings, but mild afternoons here that we're dealing with here for the rest of the week, even going into the weekend and next week. Gusty winds may return this weekend into early next week, but now the latest models are kind of backing off on just how strong those winds may be. So I don't expect at this point to see any wind advisories, but we'll see. We'll keep a close eye on it. And another thing I'm keeping a close eye on, the potential for rain. I know a lot of people are kind of keeping their eyes peeled for that potential rain. Maybe they're watching social media to see if anybody's going to really kind of just pull the trigger on say, hey, it's going to rain at the end of the month. Yeah, we are seeing some of those signs, long-range forecast models, but there still isn't that consistency that I want to see here before I can start feeling more confident in that potential for rain later this month. But I am seeing signs that sometime within the last week of this month, we may see some wet weather, but I'm not seeing anything super promising at this point. I don't want to pull the trigger and set anything in stone just yet, but it is something we're watching. There's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel possibly. Here's a look at your neighborhood forecast for the rest of the day today. Temperatures in the 50s for most of us in the higher elevations and in the 60s for the valley. We still have that beach hazard statement. That's because of the sneaker waves that we will see along the coast here for today. It's been the case the last few days. Should be allowed to expire, though, at about 3 o'clock this afternoon, but just be extra careful if you're going to be on those beaches here today. Big ridge of high pressure, that's the dominant feature here for today and tomorrow and the weekend and next week. You get the idea. That's pretty much going to be the pattern here. And the winds, yeah, a little breezy for some of those higher mountain ridge tops here for tonight and even to tomorrow morning. But look at this. Here's Thursday. Even the eastern mountains seeing some fairly calm winds, generally below 15 miles per hour in most cases, 5 to 10 as a matter of fact. On Friday, starting to see some signs of those winds trying to pick up a little bit here off the coast here, but overall still, even on Friday, fairly calm winds. So we don't have the winds to really speak of here for the next couple of days, but that may change later this weekend into early next week. Let's show you here on Futurecast. So you can see here we still have that high pressure, no rain coming into Northern California. The low pressure shifting through Southern California. That unfortunately may give us the more gusty winds down in Southern California. But look at Friday. Now you can see right here where we have these tightly packed, what we call isobars. When they're tightly packed like that, that's where you see the winds. Okay, so that's mainly to our north and east, Pacific Northwest, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, all seeing some gusty winds here for Friday. We're on the very outer fringes of that. So yeah, the winds may amplify a little bit here for Friday, and especially for Saturday, Sunday. But again, notice where most of those tightly packed isobars are, to our north and east. However, getting a little bit more packed here over the weekend. You see kind of what we got going on right here? This could bring us, again, just that slight elevation in those winds, not a wind advisory type criteria, but breezy, borderline windy for Saturday, Sunday, maybe even for your Martin Luther King Jr. Day. But another thing to point out is the fact that we still have this high pressure in place right here. You see this? This is the big blocking ridge of high pressure. It acts like a brick wall. So any rain that we have off to our west, it just can't move in. And that's what we've got here going through at least the middle, if not even into the latter part of next week, which means continued dry conditions. So for today, you can expect the sunny skies, temperatures low to mid-60s in the valley, 40s and 50s for the higher elevations, and we're talking mainly mid-50s for us along the coast. Let's take a look at that 7-day outlook. Starting off with the valley, temperatures slowly ticking downward. I do expect around 60 over the weekend, upper 50s by Martin Luther King Jr. Day and into your Tuesday of next week. For the coast, temperatures also kind of ticking downward, low 50s here over the weekend. Weberville, Trinity County, temperatures over the weekend, low to mid 50s, even cooler by your Martin Luther King Jr. Day with a high of about 50 degrees. Let's take a look at Siskiyou, Modoc, and the Eastern Mountains. Also seeing the temperatures downward, especially as we go into the weekend. And look at Monday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Alturas and Susanville in particular, you're only going to get into the upper 30s for those daytime highs. So that cooler air is moving in, especially by the weekend and early next week. That's your afternoon update. I'll be back again this evening at 6 o'clock. Until then, have a great afternoon.